Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 128 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and we have changed some things, as you can see right here. After, 127 episodes, it turns out that we've always been on the wrong side. So this is Updike, and this is Pugh. And so now we correspond correctly, don't we?
I guess. I thought it was working fine the other way, but
it is so okay. Different. It's so funny just being on one side, the left side, because on the screen I'm on the right, but here I'm in the left.
You know, we made a decision at some point where we were kind of going back and forth, and then at some point we just said, okay, this is my side.
It just kind of worked out, and I don't know if it's because I'm left-handed. I don't know, but this is a very interesting arrangement. Now makes more sense. I'm very excited. So here we go.
Here we go.
It's been a great week. It has been a heavy week this week. As you've probably seen in the news, there's lots of talk about what's happening in real estate, and a portion of it, as with all media, is hype, and then some of it is real.
Yeah, that's very true. It's there's a lot of information out in the marketplace right now that is dealing with just how quickly prices have gone up in the marketplace. And, I think in our marketplace alone, we've seen a 12 to 14% price increase in the median home in the last 12 months.
And one of the things we were talking about earlier was what is some of the differences between what we're looking at today and the way that the market is behaving versus the way it was 2005 and 6. And some of the bigger things kind of boil down to the financing. Back in 5 and 6, a lot of the financing was a lot more generous when it actually came to making a mortgage, and the correction has taken place, and we've seen a lot more tighter loan guidelines, and therefore we have a lot more healthy buyers that are in the market.
And I think, if you look back to that 2005, 6, 7 era, the thing that we saw happening most was that people were borrowing the money from the equity of their house to go buy an investment home with, or they were doing, they were affectionately called liar loans for a while, which were stated income loans where you could put down what your income was to qualify, and if they felt you had the cash flow to support it, then they would approve you for it. We don't have any of those in the marketplace now.
No, it was a much more of an unhealthy scenario in the home buying, because there was a lot of interest-only arms, and there were a lot of people that were buying more than they could. And if we look and see what is happening today, so many of the people are bringing a significant amount of cash, or they're actually paying complete cash. And what it's done is it allows for a very healthy market. So if there was a time when the actual recession, or if there was a downturn in the market, it wouldn't affect homeowners as it did back in 2008 and 9. Yeah,
and we were talking earlier about the thing that a lot of people looked at in the marketplace, as the recession occurred, was they were like, oh, this caught everybody off guard. Nobody saw this coming. And we're kind of wondering, nobody saw the pandemic coming, so nobody will, what is the next thing that nobody will see coming?
It is a very interesting time. So it is a great time by that means to buy a home still, because the interest rates are extremely low, but also to actually put your house on the market because of how quickly they're moving. So the actual process, all of the showings, all of the constantly cleaning, that is really been abbreviated. That's a good way to put it. And the other thing too is homes that might be considered more difficult to sell in a traditional market in this time have a lot better chance of moving and moving quickly.
They do. They really do. We've had several homes come on the market this year that all have seemed to sell pretty quick, and with 2 or 3 more that we'll have on the next 30 days or so that I think will all be very popular houses. Even a couple of our lease listings now we're getting applications on those. So definitely people are out moving, whether they're buying or leasing or whatever. They're definitely out moving right now
in large numbers. So let's keep it going.
Yeah. So let's talk about these two really cool houses today.
So the first one is going to be 506 Avenue L. And this is a great space. It's a duplex, and I actually used to live in one of these and think they're a really amazing concept, the way that they're being built these days. They really afford themselves for a very versatile buyer, and this is a really great area as well. We're seeing a lot of gentrification in the area, and a lot of developers are really paying attention to the price of these lots, which allow them to do more, as you'll see as we open the pictures up and walk through the property.
Yeah, this house would easily be $600,000 or $700,000 in almost any other neighborhood in the city.
Anywhere.
And from a location perspective, you are going to be one of the pioneers in that area. There has been other new construction that's gone on probably in the last 20 years or so. There is also a plan that they're going to build about 10 of these 10 of these buildings, which would mean 20 units total overall, just right there in that one little block. So you're not going to be a pioneer for a long time.
Well, the other thing too is that there are already 3 or 4 houses that have already been newer construction on this street as well. And so this was an actual open house that was open to agents, and this is kind of a good guide or gauge to see how well that neighborhood is doing. And when we were there, I would say there were no less than 40 agents throughout the entire unit. So that's a really good indicator that this will be an upcoming area as more and more developers find out about it and begin moving this direction.
Yeah, definitely. So ready to jump into it?
Go for it.
Okay. As Weston said, these are 2 half duplexes that are for sale. Property line is right down the middle of that big gray wall in the center. The construction on these is a very typical style that is very popular in the marketplace, where you come in and you've got the 2-car garage downstairs. You have this 1-bedroom that is on that same level. They have wood floors throughout the home, and it really just ties in all together. This is the full bathroom that is just off of that downstairs bedroom, and then you've got really great access into the backyard from this.
And one of the things you're going to see is that as we tour this house is that the developer, because of probably the price point they were able to get this at, they've actually done more to the house than you expect. The walls, the stairway was a little bit wider, and as we look, the fit and finish is a little bit different. Here you can see they've done a hexagonal arrangement of tiles down the side of the wall. And as you come into the kitchen, they've done a really good job. The taste level in this house is pretty much spot on for what we're looking for today's buyers. You've got an island that is both different in color, but same countertop, white, bright, and black handles. They've also done leather finish on both the granite of the island and on the countertops.
And I really like how they did this backsplash in that kitchen. It really, it's something you see in much more expensive houses that I think was a nice compliment.
So when we'll step into looks like we're jumping right into the upstairs. This is the 3rd bedroom, and this is, again, good shots and good views of downtown. They've continued the white oak flooring, which is a little bit wider of a plank throughout the entire place.
And this has got the larger pillow top tile that's in the tub surround, solid surface countertops, the polished nickel fixtures. And this is the 3rd floor master bedroom that has windows on 2 sides, and it really has such great light in this room.
So master, again, large and symmetrical. You can see you have additional space that you have between both the wall as you enter and the edge of the bed, which is a really good extra, both for furniture and if you needed a bench. And as you transition over here into this great bathroom, you can see they've done a really good job of placement of windows to give you light both above the shower and also in the shower, but also above the bathtub. And you go up to the 3rd floor this way.
Yeah, this is heads up to the rooftop deck, which is on the 4th floor of it. Still has really great lighting going all the way up. A lot of communities that go to a 4th floor don't really take care of that last little stairwell going up, and this developer did do that.
So again, you're going to see here how you have great views of downtown. There you can see the American Airline or the Bank of America building. They've done a really good job both with the decking and continuing the wood accent piece here on the wall that you see in the front as well.
And this is the backyard that I talked about a while ago. Really great 8-foot fence all the way around, already has a sodded yard. This home has the covered porch on it, which I think is just another really great benefit in terms of having outdoor living and accessibility year-round.
So it's a great space, again, easy to live in. This back here will show you exactly how the spacing is, and they didn't skimp on the space. As you can see between, I'm not sure what happened, but we had living room pictures and dining room pictures. and here's the living room. So 506 Avenue L, 3-bedroom, 3.1 bath, 2-car garage. It is built this year. It's 2,600 square feet, comes in at $499, and that amazingly is $187 a square foot.
Really a great value. You also have great access down to the Santa Fe Trail, and this will take you right over into the Cedars. It is perfectly positioned where the high-speed rail is going to be coming in just on the other side of the Trinity. So great opportunity to buy into an area that is definitely going to see improvement over the next 10 years.
Yep, and one of the listing agents is Rob Puckett. Thanks so much for letting us feature this home. And if you'd like to see the rest of the pictures that are available, there's a link inside of the comments. Please click on that. There's some really amazing photos of both the dining room and the kitchen, or the living room, that we didn't get on here, but you definitely want to take a look at those.
And so our next house today is 2502 Live Oak Avenue, and Live Oak Street. This is unit number 124, and this is really one of my favorite buildings that was built in that late 90s, early 2000 period. This was built by a company out of Atlanta. They really took a chance when they built this building, the location that they did, because Deep Ellum was really the only part of that part of town that had anything going on. But gosh, it has turned out to be one of the most accessible and one of the most convenient locations to live. You literally are across the street from the Live Oak station for DART there.
Yep, and so it's an easy connection there from Good Latimer. The great thing about this is the way that the Deep Ellum has redefined itself is so much different than it was when this was actually built. The restaurants, the nightlife, the adjustment of the nightlife as well, I think is just as important as what we're seeing here. It has a true Austin vibe. I think there are two Austin vibes in Dallas. The first one is in Bishop Art District. The second one here is in Deep Ellum. Deep Ellum is a little bit more interesting in the fact that it has its roots in local bands, and so it's a really great place to go and experience Dallas. And as you see Dallas's downtown area really begin to grow, it just really has a symbiotic relationship, and so more and more is happening down there, and it's so amazing to see.
It really is. And, if you get shot, you're right there by Baylor.
Okay.
So, anyway. It's a great hospital. My mom was there not long ago. She got excellent care.
It is a great hospital. Actually, it's one of the level 5 trauma ERs in Dallas. So,
and they do a fantastic job.
He's absolutely right, but we're not going to talk about that. So anyway, back to this building, 2502 Live Oak, Unit 124. This is a 1-bedroom, and it is amazing. The space is done so well. The way that it's situated on the lot, you have private parking. It is also assigned. Some of these units also will include a storage unit.
Yeah, this is a 4-story building. This is on the second floor of the building that opens up to a center courtyard. All the first floor is parking. But you've got these really cool finished wood floors. You've got the really high 10 to 12 foot ceilings, exposed air conditioning vents. So this is kind of a hybrid between what people really think of as a loft, which
right.
The true lofts are really like you go down to SoCo lofts. Those are true lofts.
Yes.
These are kind of the hybrid between we want to live in that loft lifestyle, but we want it finished, and we want the double pane insulated windows, and it's really a polished building. And
you can see here they've done a really good job of actually interpreting the space. Here they've really emphasized the need for the utility bar. Great place to also work from. One of the things, as Jeff was saying, it has really high ceilings, and these were always painted white, and it's really great, but they actually have added wood. There's a architectural interest wood beam that runs through the house, and then you can see how that wood is picked up in the window pane as well. Really bright and light, polished concrete floors as well. One of the things that's really great about this is that you also have a full-size washer and dryer connection that's there in the kitchen, which adds a lot of benefit and ease in living here.
And this one's got they're not blackout shades, but they're really close to blackout shades, where if you really want to shut the light down, you can do that in these. It does have blackout shades in the bedroom. And this is, if you go look at these units at 2502 Live Oak, you'll notice some of those have that wall in the back between the bedroom and the living room, and some of them do not. That was an owner's choice when they bought it, whether they really wanted to have the wide open space or if they wanted to have that divided off and closed like this one does.
And you see here, it's very simple, easy size on furniture, won't break the bank in furnishing this. But again, you can see the scale of this with that credenza and the mirror.
Yeah, big open windows that look out to the south. You get really great morning, afternoon, and evening light from this. You get very little that comes in directly on you. So, and there's those blackout screens we were talking about. So plants are just going to love being right there on that side.
And one of the things too about this, and we're not going to have a picture of it, but as you get into the master bathroom, there's also a master closet. That closet is probably one of the largest closets that I've ever seen in one of these facilities. And so it actually, I believe, also goes up to 10 feet, which adds that much more storage for you. California Closet would have a heyday in there.
Granite countertops, undermount sinks, big bath openings in these, and the air conditioning system in each one of these is really, really good. Sometimes in some of the loft style buildings, you don't get that feel, and every one that we've been in, it's really worked well.
So here it looks like you're tucked in between the high rises, but there's a little bit of difference between you and them. Center courtyard that does have a really great seating area that is actually wisteria that grows and covers that entire area. Shades both the grills and the common area where you see lots and lots of seating. Saltwater pool, walk-in steps. Again, you have quite a bit of decking space that allows for loungers to be placed pretty easily all the way around. Overall, a really great and easy building to live in.
It really is, and this also has their own gym in the building. So even if you have a gym membership somewhere else, the fact that you can run downstairs, get a quick workout in, it really makes a big difference in a lot of people's days.
So this is a wonderful building, and if this is something that you're interested to, this is 2502 Live Oak Street, Unit 124. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and a 1-car garage. Built in 98, just over 1,000 square feet, priced at $275, and that is $267 a square foot. And we want to say thank you so much to Alicia Schroeder for allowing us to feature your home. It is amazing. If you want more information, please check out the comments. There is a direct link you can be able to click on, see more information about the photos, and get more information about that unit.
And we will be right back.
There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the second segment of episode 128.
There it is.
And 128, golly, those numbers just keep going up. And today we're going to talk about something that I think is really important for people that live in a community. We're going to talk about 5 different volunteer opportunities. I think almost all of these we have experienced in one way or another. And there are hundreds of thousands of volunteer opportunities out there. And so this is by no means a rating of any of these organizations above any others, but these are ones that we've had some direct involvement with that we really enjoyed.
Yep, and the first one we're going to take a look at is going to be Bonton Farms. And Bonton Farms is a unique concept. If you haven't heard the story or you haven't been there to volunteer, it is well worth your time. This is one of those rare opportunities where they do quite a bit of volunteering on the weekend. It's one of those events that you need to sign up for, but it's so worth it. We see so many people that are actually down there with their children in a format that really allows for the whole family to give back. So much uniqueness to this, and afterwards there's a really great restaurant that they have as well.
And this was started in 2015 by a man named Darren Babcock, who's still the farm director today. And they started it because the location where Bonton Farms is called a food desert.
Right.
And there are no grocery stores within 2 miles of that. They were started as an agricultural intervention to restore lives, create jobs, and ignite hope. And they've done a phenomenal job doing just that. I know Weston and Jason have gone down and volunteered there a couple of times. We've been to a couple of other events there that have just been really great. We did an outdoor dinner there one night with Jeremy Radcliffe and had a really, really fantastic evening. One of the things I would also like to say that Bonton Farms is in connection with, connected to, is providing produce to the Momentum Cafe downtown.
Yep.
And Momentum Cafe is not on our list today. We'll come back and talk about them, but they're another organization that really does a lot of good work with our community.
It's a great way to get out. This is the perfect time to get out there and see what's available to work with. They do a lot of light work, but you can really get your hands dirty as well. So take the time, get on their website, and sign up as soon as you can. Those spots do fill up, and now with people being vaccinated, I feel like it'll be happening much quicker as the days warm up.
And our second one today is to talk about the Resource Center. The Resource Center started out in 1983 and went through a couple of different organizational changes and became the Resource Center in 2013. A friend of mine named CC Cox is the executive director there. The Resource Center provides so many different avenues of advocacy and giving and support, not only to the gay and lesbian community, but really anyone who's affected by HIV or AIDS. And the work they do has been it's really been a godsend to a lot of people, literally, in terms of being able to provide hot lunches. David Lee, who is on our team for many years, was one of the cooks that went down once a week and provided lunch, and they would feed a couple of hundred people that would walk in the door every day. So excellent organization. They've got over 1,200 volunteers with over 70 full-time employees involved, and just can't say enough about their organization.
Absolutely. It's a great way to give back to a community that's very near and dear to the Oaklawn Uptown area of Dallas.
And then our next one to talk about today is Dallas Animal Services. I almost said those damn animal services, but Dallas Animal Services. It's my day today, y'all.
Fire. Oh my gosh. So if you, given that we just are coming through a very lockdown area, you probably are aware of this because as you know, there have been a record number of animals that have been adopted to help us make it through the last year and a half. This is a great area. It's one of the largest, I believe, or leads the nation in compassion care for animals while finding proper care for them. This is a great way if you're not able to actually adopt but need to have a pet fix. This is a really great way to introduce that. Actually, one of our assistants, Penelope, I believe that she did this just to get her fix on both kittens and puppies. And so it's a really great way to get in there. Animal people are near and dear to my heart, and I think it's really amazing when people are able to help that animal that just is so dependent on us for mere survival.
Yep. In 2020, they had over 24,000 intakes, and with an over 90% average permanent home rate.
That's great.
And that's a tremendous number of that. So,
yep.
Jumping ahead to our next one is Dallas Casa. And Dallas Casa is a program that I learned about really kind of through accident. And I felt like somebody was trying to tell me to get involved with it. Unfortunately, it happened right at the beginning of the pandemic last year. And so I've gone through all of the classes. Now I'm at the point I have to do my refresher classes again to be able to go back in and work. But the purpose of Dallas Casa is to provide a human advocate for children that are in the foster care system. This is a person who is the one person that is always there for them, whether it is to meet them at their medical appointments, or if it's to come and see them in their foster care home, or if it's to go to court and be their advocate, because potentially the parents have an attorney in this situation, and the state has an attorney in this situation, and there's not necessarily an attorney there for the child themselves. And so that's what this person does. The CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate.
Yep.
And really a great program, and we can't wait to get more involved in it.
And I think Cynthia Isigueres, which is on WFAA 8, I believe she is actually a big proponent and may actually have been a CASA member at one point.
This program actually started in the 1970s in Seattle, and then it grew to become, Dallas was really where it kind of blossomed, and then once they saw the model that was created here in Dallas, it just expanded to all over the country.
That's great. And if it's something that is a fit for you, I highly recommend getting involved in that. One of the ones that's near and dear to my heart is called Camp Sanguinity. And Camp Sanguinity is a very unique platform. It partners up with Camp John Mark, and it's children from Cook Hospital that are suffering from cancer. one of the unique things about this is that it's also available to all of their siblings that are under the age of 16. What this does is it really allows the family to actually get out and relax as parents, but also for kids to be in a situation where they're safe and they're actually able to behave as children no matter what their situation may be within limits. It's a great way for us to get out. We go towards Cleburne. It's about 2.5 hours away. It takes 1 week. It's during the week of 4th of July, and it's an amazing, amazing time. I always call it the recentering for my year. We currently are going to be on hold yet again, just due to the pandemic and making sure that all the children are safe and that everyone's properly vaccinated before we put these people all back together. With that being said, we are already planning for 2022, and if this sounds like something that you would like more information about, we would love to talk to you about it. I sit on the board and would be happy to help you. We are always looking for male counselors. It's one of the things that we always need. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, we would love to talk to you. So there'll be a link, and we'd love to hear from you.
And the last thing that we wanted to point out to you today is the website, that if you're one of those people who's not really sure exactly what they want to get involved in, you can go to volley.org, create an account, and you can sign up for hundreds of different volunteer opportunities. And the really cool thing about their organization is these other organizations that we have talked about today go to volley.org and say, here are the types of volunteers we need, here's the time commitment we need. A lot of these are going to be very short-term projects where if you're someone, maybe you've only got 2 or 3 hours a week to be able to do it, but you want to do something, this is a great resource to be able to do that.
Yep, and I would say that as we all are looking towards what are we going to get out and do, how are we going to like endure the summer, this might be a great time to not schedule a vacation, but look in a way to be able to give back and see how that works with you and your family, and maybe that could be something that could actually become more of a routine. I think that you had some great friends that they had a standing appointment where, was it like on a Wednesday night once a month that they all went down and fed?
Oh yeah.
And so as a family, that's what they always did. And it's very interesting because as adults, they still have that mindset of that giving back. And I think that that's something that I think we see now more than ever in the current climate, how important it is for all of us to really give back.
So if you have any interest in these organizations, please click on the links that are down in the comments below. If there are other organizations that you would like us to talk about and share, please reach out to us. We'd be happy to do that.
Yep. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, we want to be realtors for life.